Hello, welcome to our first lesson from Unit 7. We're going to be talking about ratios and rates and percentages in this chapter or this unit. So we're going to start out with ratios, and it's important for you to know what a ratio is. A ratio is used to compare two or more numbers with the same unit. So it's important that we realize that it's the same unit. So for example, if we were to compare male students to female students. They're both students. Now, they're two different kinds of students. We've got males and we've got females, which we know are different, but they're both students. So that's how they fit into a ratio category. They are the same unit. So let's go ahead and try that. I've got a picture here of a random class. I don't know who these people are, but I found them. And we want to figure out our ratio. Example 1, we said on the last slide, said compare male students to female students. So the first thing that we need to do is count how many males we have and how many females we have. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 females is what I counted. And males, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 males maybe. All right, so now that we have them counted, let's make sure we have all of them accounted for. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Perfect. Now you need to know that a ratio can be expressed in 3 different ways. The first one, we said male to female is what we're doing. We can write it as a fraction. We could say 6 males to 13 females. So we can write it as a fraction, 6 male students to 13 female students. We can also write it with separated by these 2 little dots. I'm sure you've seen those before. So 6 to 13, and we could just use it in words. We could say 6 to 13. So we've got fractions separated by these beautiful little dots here, and with our words. So let's go ahead and try another one. People with light colored hair compared to people with dark colored hair. So as a fraction, we want our light colored hair, that's going to be our top number. How many have light colored hair? Well, we've got 1, 2, I'm going to say this one is 3, 4, 5 of them have light colored hair compared to dark colored hair. So the bottom of my fraction is going to be the dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I count that right? 5 and 5, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, half and half. So now I can use the colon, those 2 dots, and put it as 5 to 5, or I can write it as, in words, 5 to 5. So that's how we compare 2 different things that have the same unit. We're talking hair here, so light hair versus dark hair. So therefore it fits as a ratio. Let's try it again. Tennis shoes to non-tennis shoes. Write it 3 different ways. Let's see, all right, perfect. So tennis shoes to non-tennis shoes, I need to first identify which ones are tennis shoes. We're not going to be too picky as far as what's truly a tennis shoe and what's not. I'm going to say this one's a tennis shoe, this one's a tennis shoe, and this one is a type of tennis shoe. So we have 3 tennis shoes compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-tennis shoes. So I can put 3 over 5. I can write it as 3 to 5, and I can write it as words, 3 to 5. I did forget to mention, I need you to write this down. This is what needs to be in your notes. You need to know that a ratio is used to compare 2 or more numbers with the same unit. And then get at least one or two of these examples down. This last example here, I'm going to have you do this on your own. We're comparing animals. Now I realize they're not all necessarily animals, but all of these creatures. You're comparing the ones that walk on four legs compared to those that don't. So you're going to have to look carefully at these and see which ones walk on four legs and which ones don't. That's what I want you to write your comparison, your ratio with, and make sure you write it all three different ways, and we'll check that tomorrow. One other thing we're going to have to be looking at here is equivalent ratios. It's the same thing as equivalent fractions. So you know how to do this. Just like before, how did we get from 15 to 60? Well, hopefully you recognize that we took it times 4. 15 times 4 equals 60. If we took the bottom times 4, we got to take the top times 4. This should be 20. Same with here. How do you get from 7 to 35? You multiplied times 5. So what times 5 equals 50? Or you can always turn it around and go 50 divided by 5 equals, and you would find out that the answer should be 10. Good job. And then which ratio is smaller? And this is where I like to do fractions, just because we've spent so much time with fractions. I'm pretty comfortable with them. I'm going to rewrite this as 5 to 75. Which one is a smaller ratio? Maybe we're talking about teachers to students. 1 teacher to 25 students. Is that a better ratio than 5 to 75? I don't know. I want to get something similar to this. So let's go ahead and we'll divide this one by 5. So when we divide it by 5, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 75 divided by 5 is 15. So 1 to 15 or 1 to 25, which one is a smaller ratio? This one, we've got less students per teacher, if that's what we're talking about here. So we can change them to, in order to compare them is what we need to do. So with that, I want you to make sure that you finish this problem on your own. Compare the animals that walk on 4 legs to those that don't. Make sure you get that first slide written down as to what is a ratio. And we'll see you in class tomorrow. Have a great night.